All right. So I can go deeper into the different parts, what they're for, but I'll keep things pretty general for now. If in the second presentation, we will go deeper into this is for this and that's for that and other squabbles. But for now, this is about you as a person securing your blessings. And don't think, okay, well, I don't think they're utilizing the tithe appropriately, so let me not give my tithe. Guess what? You gave your tithe, right? And you've done your part. God would have seen that, and you would have received what you're to receive. For example, I think it was Eli. The lady gave back to God her first son, and in giving back her first son to the temple, she ended up with more children afterwards. But Eli, though he received her first son, the system that he was in, he and his sons ended up dying for the abuse of what was given. So don't be concerned so much with what they're doing. Be concerned with what you are doing for the movement personally. Okay, so give to God, part 1. The 10% is for the spiritual advisor, okay? Leviticus 20, verse 27, verse 30, and all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And if a man will at all redeem all of his tithes, he shall add thereto the 5th part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even or whatsoever passeth under the rod, the 10th shall be holy unto the Lord. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which are they offer as an heap offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore, I have said unto them, among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. So that is the first part, 10% for the Levites. The second tithe, which is 10 and 3, 7% for camp and 3 for poor. We'll just go over this quickly. Deuteronomy 14, verse 22, and I'm sure some of you would have heard these thoughts. Deuteronomy 14, verse 22, thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in a place which he shall choose to place his name there. The tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always. Now remember, the first tithe was for who? The Levites. The second tithe, this first part of the second tithe, who consumed it? The person. The person who actually earned it. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God, right? So the person is eating. Verse 14, 24, and if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the people be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God have blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into what? Money. So tithe can be and is equivalent to money. You can say, okay, I have gotten 10 apples. I have gotten 10 apples. One of this apple is tithe. Okay, I can't carry this apple with me. I'm going to transform this tithe into what? Money. It is still the same tithe, whether it is in an actual asset or whether it is in money, in liquid form, liquid asset, it is still tithe. Some people think that tithe doesn't have anything to do with money. Tithe can be money. Then shalt thou turn it into money and bind up the money in thine hand and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. And in our situation, what is that place? Usually that place is a camp meeting yearly. But then they had the different ceremonies. The word is not coming to me right now.
Feasts and convocations.
Thank you very much. Feasts and convocations. In our day, we have camps. Okay? So then shalt thou turn it into money and bind up the money in thine hand and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. In our day it is camps. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. For oxen, for sheep, for wine, for strong drink, or for whatsoever thy soul desireth. And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household. So it isn't just you. This God is saying 7% of your income, use it to get your family to camps and let them be spiritually blessed of God. and God blesses in mysterious ways. My father allowed me to experience certain camps. Me and my brother is married. I'm married. We found our wives at camp. We've been immensely blessed of God. Don't go camp for marriage. But when you see God first, he provides in mysterious ways. Again, don't quote me saying I say go camp for a wife or husband. But when you seek God first, God may say, okay, you are ready for a wife or a husband. And thou shalt bestow them money for whatsoever. Okay. And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he have no power in inheritance. Because, okay, so even from that, you may say, okay, we need a minister to go this location. You can use that to help him. All right. So that's the camp. Poor. Like I was saying, we should have no welfare problems because God gave you the money to deal with it. But because we don't understand the full system and allow the full system to work for us, because of that, our welfare department may need some help. Let's help it. God says 3% for poor. And at the end of 3 years, now this is in the same connotation. At the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee, and the stranger and the fatherless and the widow which are within thy gates shall come and shall eat and be satisfied. And the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hand, which thou doest. So we see in this second tithe, right, 1 out of every 3 of those years, one of them, the portion that was set aside for that was given to the poor. Now, using mathematics, that would be basically a third of that cycle. So instead of simply saying, okay, I'm going to wait every 3 years before I get to bless someone who is poor, you use mathematics and say, okay, 7% for it will be 3.3333 and then 6.666. Right? But if you round it off, it would be 7 and 3, which are lovely numbers. 7% completion. I know 3, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, you are covered. So that's 7 and 3, 10%.